dragged by the mouse until I wanna get out of here. Pause for concern is natural. Big dreams for a small town kid. I save it for myself. I don't want nobody's help. No, no. Outside is a little more substance. Inside is a little bit violent love. East Coast leaning on the western side. Right hand to some temptation. Left hand to sign of gold. I wanna feel it out. I wanna feel it out again. Compass is flawed by nature. Wrap my head around the greater good, but it's a wasted time. These stripes don't bleed anymore. I'm a poser in a loner. Triple check my persona. Bad dreams from a simple place, so I can swing my wheels over. Outside is a little more substance. Inside is a little bit violent love. East Coast leaning on the western side. Right hand to some temptation. Left hand to sign of gold. I wanna feel it out. I wanna feel it out again. Outside is a little more substance. Inside is a little bit violent love. East Coast leaning on the western side. Right hand to some temptation. Left hand to sign of gold. I wanna feel it out. I wanna feel it out again.
All right, we are here with Cuffed Up. They just did an amazing session here down in the basement. And we're here to ask them a few questions today, get to know them a little bit. So 2018 is when you formed the band, right? I was just wondering how you guys met, how you guys formed. I know you have a recent new member here with you guys. So how did you guys get started?
Yeah, we actually, it was 2018. I was at a show that my friend was opening up for, and he was like, you should come out. So I almost didn't come out because I was kind of like tired that night, but I went out. And then I stayed for the headliner, and the headliner came out, and it was this band that like melted my face. They're from England, and was like, didn't know who they are, but it was a band called Shame. Immediately I was like super into the idea of like starting some sort of like post-punk band, and me and Joe's other band was basically deteriorating at that point. So I immediately wrote some new songs, including Small Town Kid that we played today. And I called up Joe and I was like, do you want to play fast rock music? Yeah. And Joe was like,
Yeah.
And then we started making some demos, and I asked my good friend Joe Pepe, do you know any bass players? And it was a week before I asked him that question that he met Vic. Right?
Yeah. So I met Joe. He's a producer, wrote the studio, and just hanging at a studio. He's like, I need to get you in a band. And literally less than a week later, Ralph hit me up and met Joe, set me down at a restaurant, and it was great. Yeah.
Fred 62, shout out.
Shout out Fred 62. And you sent me Small Town Kid, French Exit, and from there, I was locked in.
And that was it. And then by the end of the year, we completed our lineup at the time with Sapphire, and then that was it. And then by the beginning of 2019, we started writing more, and then we played our first show in like March or April of 2019, and that's Cuffed Up. Yeah.
Sweet. So you guys have grown pretty tremendously in the past just couple of years here.
Yeah,
It's great
including
to
a
see.
pandemic, so we don't
Yeah.
count that.
Yes, definitely. And Christina, how did you get involved with the guys here? How did you find this band?
I was actually sharing a lockout with these guys and still do because I'm also a solo artist. But Sapphire was exiting the band and she asked if I could fill in for this tour. So we met like a month ago and these guys are the nicest ever and it's been really fun so far. We just started, but it's been great.
Great. Yeah, it seems like you melt well together with the band.
Thank you.
Props to Christina too. We had like 4 rehearsals together, and she's slaying our songs. So yeah.
Professional over here.
That's right.
Straight to the heart, it's coming. Tremble to the hand, I'm bothered. Master plan is fought for the others. It came and went so quickly that I waited. I'm terminal for life, holding on to the dear side that every moment's my last. Future's got a plan for me. I want it all. So tell us the story. I want it all. About the pain in the core. I want it all. That sets us all apart. Hazy morning glow in my head. I'm restless, comatose, morose, I'm losing contact. Call the board and it echo back in circulating toxins. It all came and went so quickly that I waited. I'm terminal for life, holding on to the dear side that every moment's my last. Future's got a plan for me. I want it all. So tell us the story. I want it all. About the pain in the core. I want it all. That sets us all apart. Hallelujah's coming back. All over and over. Hallelujah's coming back. All over and over. Hallelujah's coming back. All over and over. Hallelujah's coming back. Over and over and over and over. Terminal for life, holding on to the desire that every moment's my last. The future's got a plan for me.
So I want to go through your songwriting process a little bit. I know that everybody is a little different. Some people start with the music, some people start with the lyrics, some people start with the name of the song first. So is there a process that you have where you're writing a song and the creative process within that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of different every single time. For the most part, I'll come up with some sort of riff or idea, and then I'll record like my own little crude version of it on Logic. It'll be like stock Logic drums and me playing on the keyboards. And then I would send it to these guys, and we would sit in a room and actually workshop it out. And then from there, it would be me trying to figure out the lyrics and like what the songs actually mean. Apart from, like Bonnie was an exception where our manager told me, was like, do you guys need some more like upbeat types of songs? I was like, I could try that. So I like literally just sat down and started doing that, and that song came together in maybe like 30 minutes. And then the next practice, we sat down to start working on the song, and then that came into fruition as a song about relationships, as a lot of classic songs are about. So.
Awesome. Love the collaboration between everybody, kind of putting their own pieces in.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the band's the band, so I can't do this alone. So these talented people around me are helping out.
Absolutely. So you guys have a very distinct sound, very like post-punk, kind of UK inspired. What would you say is your most crucial piece of gear or gears that help you produce that sound?
Sure. I would say the snare drum, my snares definitely. Playing live, I use a Ludwig Superphonic 6.5 by 14, and that thing sounds killer. When we track, I've been using a Keplinger snare, and I was actually using someone else's, but I'm very excited to get my own in a couple weeks up in Portland at Revival Drum Shop. So that's kind of been the kind of secret sauce to a lot of our recordings. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Brad Wood for letting Joe use the first Keplinger.
Yes.
on the second EP. For me, my Red Telecaster is a big one. That's basically been that guitar I've written all of the songs on, and it's like a modified. I think it's like a Mexican. No, it's a Japanese Tele, so it's a really great guitar. But then apart from that, a lot of my tones come from this overdrive called the Fat Mod by Keeley that I really love. That one's just Small Town Kid, and that's French Exit, and a lot of like the first EP, and then also the Strymon Timeline. Although I use it for like 3 things, and you could use it for 1 billion things, and I'm still learning for the most part. But for what it's done is basically just kind of like help me dial in my tone, and that's very important to the sound.
Yeah, for me is I actually just picked it up. It's the Way Huge Pork and Pickle. I like bass to be very fuzzy, so yeah, I just picked that up actually right before this tour, and I've only played 2 shows with it so far, and yeah, it sounds incredible. But yeah, that's where my tone usually comes from.
Yeah. I actually, the guitar that I'm playing right now, this is my first like real guitar, like nice guitar that I ever got, and I haven't played it in years. And but it just has that brightness quality. Also for Canaries, I needed that below the nut kind of hit. So I've been playing it a lot, and it's been sounding really good. And then I love the Red Witch Fuzz God. I've been using that a little bit more, kind of like more for a boost for solos, just a crunchier sound.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Thanks.
I was just wondering if you guys had any rituals or routines, some weird things that you do while you're on tour, you know, maybe to get those creative juices flowing, maybe help you relax.
Kicks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, lots of kicks.
So there's a thing that happened with me and Vic that we just started in the 2019 DIY tour. I think that's when it started. But we both grew up watching professional wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm always choosing like a move to try to like keep on hitting Vic with. And the last tour, the last tour was just like me jumping in the air and doing like a haymaker. But now it's been something called the Sweet Chin Music by HBK.
Yeah.
We basically like kind of kick him in the face randomly. So
Well, I just found out it's the hand hitting
that makes
the
a
hip
sound
that
like in the face.
very intense, you know. So that's been our routine, I guess, lately. Yeah.
That is honestly.
He's getting kicked in the face. Yeah.
Joe has a better routine. He stretches, right?
Yeah, stretching is great. Stretching is great.
Just looking over here.